In the sprawling, unregulated world of digital coaching, Sadia Khan emerged as a commanding voice on modern relationships.
When you're selecting a partner, you need to stay loyal and on your boundaries.
With her message of self-worth and emotional boundaries, she amassed a global following and built a lucrative empire. Her brand was integrity. Her product was transformation. But when a damning audio leak surfaced, alleging a profound betrayal of her own teachings, her entire world began to crumble.
I do about it. I'll suck dick if you have an attitude, and I can do it today if I want to.
Go on.
And I can do it on your wedding day and your birthday.
The scandal posed a devastating question. What happens when the most vocal advocate for relationship ethics is accused of the ultimate hypocrisy? This is the story of a fall from grace. For those who are not familiar with the name, Sadia Khan stands out as a loud, clear voice in the crowded world of online dating coaches. She calls herself a high-value woman and a luxury dating coach, and she offers firm, no-nonsense advice about love, boundaries, and self-worth. Her videos keep to short, sharp points. Her captions hit like slogans. Millions of people follow her for quick fixes and blunt truths.
Behind every self-sabotaging behavior, there is a need that has not been met for a really long time.
Sadia was born in Pakistan in 1989 and grew up in a conservative Muslim home with 3 sisters and 1 brother. She often says that her upbringing shapes how she thinks about relationships. She presents her background as a bridge between Eastern tradition and Western psychology, and she uses that angle to appeal to people who want clear rules and real results.
Is internalized and attached to the rules I was given and think these rules must be better than that lifestyle.
She presents a list of formal qualifications on her website: a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, a Master's in Education and Developmental Psychology, Qualified Teacher Status, and diplomas in Psychotherapy, Advanced CBT, Psychoanalysis, and Inner Child Healing. She frames these credentials as the reason her advice carries weight. When she speaks about trauma, commitment, or healing, she positions herself as more than an influencer. She positions herself as a trained expert.
I work with men every single day to help give them the blueprint of understanding relationships, women, attraction, and self-esteem.
Her message stays simple: learn your worth, set firm boundaries, and stop accepting less than you deserve. She repeats lines that stick in feeds and minds. One of her most shared lines says, "You won't get what you deserve in life. You only get what you accept." That sentence becomes a punchy rule people post under selfies and relationship confessions. Her reach grows quickly. She has over 743,000 Instagram followers, and she racks up hundreds of millions of views across platforms. Her content mixes direct-to-camera advice, podcast clips, client testimonials, and polished promo reels. Fans post stories about life changes after her programs. Critics point to glossy edits and catchy slogans and ask for more substance. Either way, her posts move fast and far. Her business model follows a familiar pattern in the coaching world. Free content draws a large audience. She offers one-to-one coaching, group programs, and higher-ticket packages that promise deeper transformation. She runs this business from Dubai, where she relocated with her husband in 2023, and she markets services to a global audience. Sadia speaks to modern dating problems: ghosting, lack of commitment, trauma that repeats, and the distortion of relationships by social media.
They replace us with pornography and we replace them with likes and comments on social media.
To some followers, she is a tough friend who tells the bitter truth. To others, she is a polished seller whose clarity covers deeper questions. This short introduction maps the public image she builds: credentials, message, reach, and the business that follows. It also sets the stage for why controversy lands hard. When a person who trades on expertise and moral clarity faces serious claims, followers expect answers, and the impact of any scandal becomes louder because so many people trust the voice that they once praised. Now, let's peel back the polished layers and see what happens when the shine begins to crack. The digital empire of Sadia Khan faced an unprecedented crisis in September 2025 when explosive allegations surfaced regarding an alleged affair with an engaged man, accompanied by damning audio evidence that threatened to dismantle the very foundation of her carefully constructed persona. This scandal not only revealed potential hypocrisy in her private conduct, but also ignited broader conversations about accountability within the unregulated world of online coaching. The scandal erupted when content creator John Dorsey, popularly known online as Goob, released what he claimed to be evidence of Khan's involvement with an engaged man in Dubai.
She preaches on her page and on her content that she's a high-value woman Let's see how much she values herself as a woman.
The most damaging element was a leaked audio recording from 2021 that allegedly featured Khan in a conversation with the fiancé of the man she was accused of dating. In this recording, Khan could reportedly be heard making explicit remarks, including claiming she could pleasure the woman's partner any day she wants on the woman's wedding day or her birthday.
Suck it if you have an attitude, and I can do it today if I want to.
Go on.
And I can do it on your wedding day and your birthday.
Okay, well,
and
we'll
the days
see.
after.
The audio was accompanied by leaked text messages that supposedly showed conversations where Sadia admitted to being a side chick and allegedly bragged that in Dubai, women can choose any man they like. The messages further suggested an arrogant tone. This stood in stark contrast to the values Khan promoted in her coaching programs, where she advises men and women on how to become high-value individuals in relationships. The allegations quickly gained traction online, with critics pointing out the glaring contradiction between Sadia's public teachings and her alleged private behavior. Her brand was built around advocating for emotional strength, integrity, and healthy boundaries in relationships, making the alleged affair with an engaged man particularly damaging to her credibility. Sadia had positioned herself as an authority on relationship ethics, emphasizing values such as honesty, respect for commitments, and emotional intelligence. The leaked content suggested behavior that directly violated these principles, creating what appeared to be a significant ethical disconnect between her professional teachings and personal conduct. Khan's initial response to the allegations was characterized by defensive measures rather than transparency. She turned off comments on her Instagram posts to limit the backlash and reportedly filed a defamation lawsuit against John Dorsey, the content creator who first exposed the recordings. In a September 8, 2025 Instagram statement, Khan finally addressed the allegations directly, dismissing them as fabrications and rumors. She categorically denied any involvement with a married or engaged man, asserting, despite the speculation, no married man or wife has emerged and never will because there is zero truth behind this claim.
The people behind that rumor claim that they've spoken to this man. I would love for that man or these people to bring that man, because they know directly that.
However, her explanation failed to satisfy many critics, particularly after she appeared on the YouTube channel Abba N Preach for what turned into a confrontational interview. During the conversation, when presented with the evidence, Khan offered contradictory explanations, first suggesting the voice in the recording wasn't hers, then claiming she had only said those things to make the engaged woman understand that she could date the man if she wanted to. She also alleged that the phone number in the screenshots belonged to someone on her team, implying that someone had impersonated her.
So it's got my team's number on there.
Sadia responded by serving a legal notice to YouTubers Abba and Preach, and the pair immediately posted the news on their channel. Instead of retreating, Abba and Preach welcomed the suit, saying they're ready to take it on, and even suggesting the lawsuit could hurt Sadia more.
And you know what? If you want to sue me, Sadia, I welcome it. I beg you can do it. Because then we're going to have something called discovery. And I'm going to need to see that degree.
They claim she has not produced satisfactory paperwork to justify calling herself a psychologist and warn that legal action may amplify doubts about her credentials. To underline their case, they published an email from Sadia asking them to remove the video she says is damaging her reputation. The exchange has turned into a public confrontation, Sadia moving to protect her name through the courts, and the YouTubers using the controversy to question her qualifications and rally their viewers. Online commentators and fellow creators accuse her of presenting degrees and licenses she cannot fully prove. Those charges do not read like quiet doubts. They arrive as videos, threads, and interviews that push hard on one claim, that the paperwork behind her title does not hold up. Abba and Preach confront Sadia in a widely watched interview on September 3rd. In that session, they say some of the documents she showed look altered, and they openly suggest that she may have forged qualifications.
When do you ever see a degree with no date of issue?
No date.
You see the name? That is a clearly photoshopped on top of this.
Other voices join the chorus. Dr. Taylor Burrows, a retired clinician who now posts on vetting and professional integrity, says she asked Sadia in 2023 to produce a Dubai Health Authority DHA license and never saw it. Those public claims amplify the worry. If a coach styles herself psychologist but cannot show a licensing body's record, many people see a red flag. Social posts and reels add fuel fuel. Some clips claim leaked audio or private messages that contradict Sadia's public stance. Others pull at her CV, pointing to gaps or to roles she reportedly held in the past. A few reports suggest she taught around 2010 to 2012 and that past employers dismissed her for behavior they found unacceptable. These items circulate fast, and they matter because they come from people who say they know or studied her history. Sadia's rise online begins around COVID, when her short advice videos find a big audience.
I just put a few videos out on Instagram, and then praise be to God, it just kind of became something, and now that's kind of what I do, is what I do full time.
The timing makes the story sharper. She grows very quickly, builds a paid business, and then faces scrutiny. Critics ask a simple question. When someone charges high fees and calls herself a psychologist, should the public expect an easy way to check her credentials? For many viewers, the answer is yes. It is important to note how the debate plays out. Accusations are not proof on their own. Videos and social posts make claims. Documents shown on camera may not reveal full context, and people who air grievances sometimes have motives of their own. Responsible reporting therefore puts two tasks side by side. Right now, the scandal hinges on a mix of allegations, partial documents, and public denials, a messy place where the truth can remain unclear for some time.
I've even put my qualifications online. I've even, luckily, because Dubai, in order to work in Dubai, they have to police check your qualifications. I've even put the police check on there to show that it's actually legit.
Credentials matter because they shape trust. If a coach presents training and licenses as the reason clients should pay thousands, then questions about those credentials reach to the very core of the business. In her post on Monday, September 8, 2025, Sadia Khan answered the certification claims head-on. She said her work has always been about helping people find clarity and strength in their relationships, recognizing how damaging the rumors could be. She insisted she is trained and qualified to be a dating coach, not the unverified picture some videos paint. Sadia called the YouTuber's evidence fabrications and asked her followers not to trust gossip. She didn't lash out, but without providing any evidence, she said she's trained and pointed people to the help she's given, not just the headlines. The move was simple: shift the talk from accusations to results. She wanted fans to weigh the help she offers, not viral clips meant to unsettle. The money story now runs as loud as the degree story. Online posts say Sadia charges $500 an hour, but viral clips and threads say it's way more than that, $8,000 actually. Sadia posts a statement denying the high fee claims and says her consultation fee is $500, not $8,000. That denial does not stop people from sharing screenshots and clips that say otherwise, and the drama keeps spreading across platforms. People find the fee fight easy to believe because her lifestyle looks expensive. Fans and critics notice she lives in Dubai, posts luxury images, and markets high-end programs. Folks ask a simple question: how does she afford Dubai if she really only charges $500 an hour? That question makes the money story feel less about a number and more about proof. Proof of income, proof of receipts, proof of service. Reporters pick up the same line: big promises need clear evidence. Then a harsher claim lands. A man tells a popular channel that he pays thousands and sees nothing in return. In videos and posts, a user says he buys a program for $3,290 and later pays $2,400 for matchmaking that never happens. He says Sadia's team stops replying and he never gets the service promised. Those allegations move the story from gossip to possible harm. The single complainant is not alone, according to some reports. He says he is in touch with more than 20 people who describe similar experiences: payments made, services not delivered, and questions left unanswered. He tells friends he will take the matter to the Dubai police. When people start talking about police reports, the story leaves the court of public opinion and heads toward formal redress. Those calls spark a new wave of sharing as other alleged clients add their names and screenshots to the pile. John Dorsey runs a site to collect these stories. The site, promoted in posts and videos, invites former clients to report their encounters, from missed services to claims that she represented herself as a licensed therapist without proof. The platform acts as a central place for people to drop testimony, screenshots, and complaints. For many readers, the site turns scattered posts into a single, visible record to show regulators or the press. Right now, these are strong allegations, and strong allegations demand strong proof. Videos, screenshots, and websites create pressure pressure, but they do not equal court rulings. The key facts to watch are simple. Can clients document payments and failed service? Can Sadia show verifiable records of licenses and official receipts? And will any of those claims reach an official complaint with police or regulators in Dubai? Until those steps happen, the money story stays loud, raw, and unresolved. Rumors about Sadia Khan's appearance have also been swirling online, with many on social media questioning whether she has had plastic surgery. In today's world, where public figures often alter their looks to keep up with beauty standards, it didn't take long for people to point fingers at Sadia's polished image. The debate gained traction when Dr. Taylor Burrows weighed in on her YouTube channel. She claimed that, according to a close source who once worked with Sadia, the dating coach has a long history of cosmetic procedures. Coming from someone with professional credentials, the statement added fuel to the fire. But another voice complicated the narrative. Dr. Burrows also shared a comment she received from someone who claimed to be a former student of Sadia back in 2012. That person insisted Sadia looked almost the same more than a decade ago, casting doubt on the surgery claims. With no concrete proof, the discussion remains speculative. For now, the question of whether Sadia Khan has had plastic surgery sits in the gray area between rumor and fact. The Sadia Khan controversy is more than a single online scandal. It's a loud warning about what can go wrong when fame, marketing, and heavy promises meet weak rules and hungry customers. Sadia built a neat public image, polished videos, strong slogans about being a high-value woman, and a promise that paying for her course would change your love life. But when serious accusations surfaced, suggesting a gap between what she preaches and how she lives, the reaction was swift and brutal. It showed how fragile a coach's reputation can be when the product being sold is not a book or a tool, but themselves. At the heart of this mess is money. Big money coaching packages are now standard in the online world. Courses that cost thousands of dollars are pitched as investments in a better life. The sales pages sound convincing. Testimonials, glossy photos, stories of radical change. The idea is simple. You pay a lot, you commit, and you transform. But critics call this model risky. They say it can easily become a scheme where people pay for hope, not proof. That risk grows because the online coaching world is mostly unregulated. A therapist or financial planner answers to licensing boards and a code of ethics. An online coach, not so much. Anyone with a camera, a confident voice, and a strong social feed can claim expertise. If the industry had clearer rules about who can call themselves a coach and what results they must actually show, customers would be safer. As it stands, the market favors style over substance, and that's how people get hurt. Another problem is the product itself. Many coaches sell their own life as the blueprint. When the brand is Sadia Khan, rather than a tested method or evidence-based program, the whole business depends on trust. If followers begin to believe that the coach's life and advice don't line up, the brand collapses. Hypocrisy is especially toxic here. A coach who promises moral standards, for instance, will lose credibility fast if their private life seems to contradict those standards. When your face and your values are the product, every rumor, accusation, or lawsuit threatens the bottom line. The fallout from scandals like this goes beyond one coach. They make people skeptical of online coaching in general. Potential clients who might truly benefit from guidance start to doubt the whole field. That distrust also hurts the honest coaches, the ones who study, train, and actually help clients. They get lumped in with the grifters because the public starts to see the industry through the lens of the biggest scandals. When a scandal like this breaks, it doesn't creep, it explodes. The same platforms that helped build a coach's fame turn into the machines that pull it apart. Within hours, clips get clipped, posts get shared, and old content is re-watched with fresh suspicion. For someone like Sadia Khan, who built a brand around trust and clear rules for relationships, this kind of exposure is especially damaging. Social media is a magnifying glass and a rumor mill at once. New gossip channels and forums spring up overnight. People who had never heard of the coach suddenly become armchair detectives. Every phrase, selfie, and past post is replayed and read for hidden meaning. A throwaway sentence becomes a headline. A candid photo becomes proof that speed and that hunger for drama makes the fall fast and loud. When followers believe a coach has not lived by the standards they teach, the bond breaks. Trust isn't a commodity you can refund. Potential clients don't just pause, they withdraw their interest and warn others. For coaches who sell transformation and life change, credibility is everything. Once it's gone, the business model often collapses because the product is a reputation itself. The damage isn't only financial. Reputation carries weight in doors that money can't open. Speaking gigs, partnerships, media appearances, and professional referrals. A scandal can close those doors forever. Even if legal problems are resolved or accusations accusations are disproved later, the echo remains. People remember the headlines more than the corrections. That's why many careers never fully recover from public scandals. How a coach responds in the first days matters more than any later press release. Silence can look like guilt. A flat denial can look like evasion. Accountability is a public hunger now. The coach's future projects may need to be rebuilt on a foundation of slower, quieter trust building, not the viral boost that once made them famous. Sadia Khan hasn't gone quiet. Even as the online storm swirled, she kept doing what built her name. After issuing her public statement, Sadia started resharing posts and reels from supporters. She thanked people openly, leaning into gratitude as a response. Those reposts acted like a shield, a visible stream of approval that pushed back against the negative headlines. Video clips from her London event on September 6th and 7th, 2025, circulated quickly. In them, Sadia spoke plainly about men, dating, cheating, childhood trauma, and emotional triggers, the same themes that drew people to her in the first place. For many attendees, that face-to-face connection felt real and immediate. Hearing someone live, asking questions, crying, laughing together, it creates a bond you can't fake on a screen.
For a relationship, maybe there is different routes there. You just have to pick what you're okay with.
Not every online voice defended her, but some high-profile allies did step in. Top European influencer Eva Traveler shared a reel from the London event and publicly backed Sadia, saying people make mistakes and that Sadia had changed. That kind of endorsement matters. An influencer's vote of confidence can sway undecided followers and soften critics. Sadia even replied directly in the comments, thanking for the support and for showing up. Those moments are part of a clear strategy. Show up, be supported, and keep the conversation moving from scandal to work. Still, the reaction wasn't one-sided. The mix of praise and pushback made the debate messier, not simpler. What's happening now is familiar in the social media age. Live events can rebuild trust because they let people connect in person. But online, everything is recorded, shared, and argued over. Endorsements help, but they don't erase doubts. Sadia's choice to keep performing shows a commitment to her work and her audience. Whether that will repair her reputation depends on time, consistent behavior, and whether the fans who stood by her in London stay loyal or whether the critics continue to grow louder. For now, the picture is split. A coach on stage, a crowd behind her, and a divided internet watching every move.